connection. And this has been one of, well, say this category. You know, dash cams. We've seen footage everywhere. And over the holiday season, dash cams were one of the biggest and most popular items that people wanted and requested and was on their wish list. Well, guess what? We've got something brand new in dash cams, and this is from Magellan. This is your super high definition dash cam. It's not just the same old dash cam that you've seen, because what's great about this, there's a lot, but one of my favorite features is that, yes, you can point the camera out so you can see what's going on in front of you, but there's also another camera so that you can record what's going on behind you or wherever you decide to put that second camera. This is Magellan. You know them for GPSs, right? GPS capability built into this dash cam, as well as so many other things. So I know that you can spend a little bit or a lot for a dash cam, but if you want a great one with all of the features wrapped up into one, Magellan is going to be it. And this is brand new. Leah Little has brought this to us. And Leah,
good morning.
I will tell you, one of the best.
One of the best, because it's not just 1080, it's actually better. We call it super high definition. So it's the highest definition I've ever seen in electronics outside of a television.
Yeah.
So you're looking here at something that is incredibly high quality, but also really simple and easy to use. Of course, we know the name and love the name Magellan. So what you're gonna have here is a great size screen that is going to record for you, so you never get into a he said, she said situation. You always know what's going on around you. But you know what's great about this unit is that it's not just a dash cam. What's happening, oh, by the way, we actually have the second camera actually attached here, so you can probably see. This one could be pointing out the back of the car.
Oh, yeah.
It could be pointing at the kids in the back seat. You could put it anywhere that you wanted to. So here is sort of a picture-in-picture that pops up, and you can even swap those out. So the larger camera, the front camera's the smaller one. You decide how you want to use it. So great quality, great clarity. And what's really nice is that it's not just a dash cam. I'm just going to disconnect this one. This actually has all the safety features that are built right into it as well. So if you wanted to have it detect things that were going on, it's in the parking mode. It could sense your headlights. I was telling Tamara, one of my favorite features is that it actually has detection for the speeding cameras on the highway, which I didn't even know were there on my way to work.
Were you speeding?
Well, I was not actually. I was going, well, 66.
Oh,
I guess
yes.
so technically I was 1 mile over, but I probably would have gotten a ticket for it. So technically, yes. I always, what is it, the Girl Scouts honor? I always have to tell the truth. So here we go. It has a lane departure and forward collision warning. It's going to give you the fatigue alert so that if you're tired or, you know, something that senses that odd motion in the car, it wakes you up. You also have social media sharing, which is kind of cool. If you ever wanted to post something on Facebook or YouTube, you can do that directly from the software. You have the cruise speed alarm, the speed, traffic, and camera alerts I was just telling you about that I love. Tells you to turn on your headlights if it's dark outside, so you know. And it works great in dark scenes. So it's really nice, too, in the evening time footage. So we give you a 32 gig. It's expandable, so you can record as much as you want for hours and hours. And it's a 2-camera solution, not 1, but 2. You've got a nice big 2.7-inch display. Great for the nighttime and the low light recording, and I really mean that. Wait till you see some of that footage. It also has the impact. So it has what's called a G sensor, so that if there ever is an impact, bam, it absolutely locks down that footage so that if you ever need it in, you know, to use as to show back an officer or to show back somebody for insurance purposes, you've got it. Wide angle view, parking is there, the digital camera modes, you can use a camera, camcorder. This one is loaded.
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna love it. So here it is in action. Again, great quality for you. The Magellan name brand that we know and that we love. Simply and easily, you put it anywhere on your dash. Notice the picture-in-picture. So you've got the forward camera as well as the backward camera, and you could put that on the side of your car if you wanted to, you name it. This is how it looks in low light. So fantastic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And when you're running it off the software like that, you get all of the additional information. Again, here in a tunnel, you'll notice, if you ever have a fender bender like that, you're gonna know the value of having a dash cam. So I think you're really gonna love having this. Now, let's go into the software for a moment.
Okay.
Because what I've done here for you is just kind of giving you a look at what the software is gonna look like as it's playing back. So if you want to be able to see the quality and the clarity of that footage, me just show you in the play mode. We'll say play.
Okay.
And with this, you get all of the detail. It tells you the speed that you're going. You can see that car. I'm cutting a little bit close in front of me. Tells you the speed. This is the only dash cam that I know of that I've ever offered that actually gives you the GPS points.
Yeah.
So it time dates if there is an incident that happens, an accident that happens, but it also tells you exactly where you are with the longitude and latitude. So Magellan, they got it all right here, baby. So you're one step away if you ever wanted to, you know, share that footage. So what's great is that within this, within the software, you've got a lot of great editing features. And look at the quality. Can you see the colors coming through, the vibrancy coming through? I'm telling you, a lot of times on a dash cam, you look like you're wearing something that has night vision.
Right,
like, you can't see it, it's all blurry.
Everything looks like an X-ray.
Exactly. And here, you know, whether it's midday or whether it's in the middle of the night, it's gonna look fantastic for you. Now, the reason why you need this, and the reason why I think this is so exciting, is that you've gotta have the information at the right moment, right? So we hear about distracted drivers. I wanna share with you some statistics because there are so many distracted drivers. You've probably seen them. You may have recorded them. You may even record them on your phone. Well, guess what? Now you've got the ability to keep your hands on the wheel, keep your eyes on the road, and still be recording the information that you need. So when you think about this, 5 seconds is the average time that if somebody grabs their cell phone and they're checking a text, 5 seconds is that distracted driver average time. Now, what does that really mean? That means you're driving a car, you glance down to get a text, or maybe the driver in front of you does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you imagine? And you're driving a car. Right? Now, if you have this dash cam in front of you, you're not going to have that issue any longer. So I have a series of some information I want to share with you about distracted driving. 5 seconds, the average time that your eyes are off the road when you are distracted. Now, the reason why this is so important is that this is happening a lot to our teenage drivers. So when you think about our teenage drivers and the statistics that they have, it's really quite frightening. When you think about teenage drivers now, so many fatalities are happening with those teenage drivers, and now you don't have to be a victim to that. You can protect your young ones by giving them the information that they need. One last bit of information about distracted driving that I want to share with you, and I think there might be some stills that we can share with you as well. Distracted drivers, there are 660,000 of them at any given moment that are driving a car and playing with electronics. So it's not a matter of if. You see it all the time, right? So look at this number, 660,000 people that are driving cars. Now, if you don't have a dash cam recording that, then what happens? They bump you, or they're swerving in their lane, and suddenly, you know, it's he said, she said.
Because what happens, and that says at any given daylight moment across America, and that's, I was gonna say that exact thing before that came up. I was gonna say, and that's at any time. You know, you see it first thing in the morning when people are getting up and on the way to work, and they're reaching for their phone and they're doing yards. You've seen this. And a lot of times, and this is what I'll say to my husband, I said, you can see that person is distracted, and watch, we're gonna be the one that tries to get out of their way. We get in the accident, they don't. That's how it happens. So if you have, I was just talking to Leah earlier, I said, no pictures, no proof. Or a picture's worth 1,000 words. However it works for you. This is that picture and video that's worth 1,000 words and then some. And that's why we know how important dash cams are. They've been big in, it's so funny, we say they've been big in Europe for years, but they have.
And it's so far advanced, right? I mean, they know technology so well. So to be able to have now a 2-in-1 system, we have both cameras. I'm gonna just take you inside for a moment because I want you to be able to see the navigation. So you've got the ability, you could literally grab this right off your windshield, playback for the officer, right? Go back into file playback. You could set it up as a camera. You can use, you can turn off the sound if you didn't want to have the sound recording. I actually love it because I love having my my daughter talking and telling stories. I can hear the audio as well. I love the driving safety. Let's go into that for just a moment. So in the driving safety, it tells you a headlight reminder, driver fatigue. It can give you all sorts of information and options. So as we scroll through all of these options, look at this. You're going to have the ability to go in and use the safety cam. So that means, again, even when you're not in the car, you have the ability to use this as a monitoring system. Parking mode. You could leave this in the parking mode when you are, say, at the grocery store, and you'll know whether it's a car that hit you or whether it is a grocery cart that hit you.
I love that feature,
and it even
too.
has the motion sensor so that it records 20 seconds before the incident and a full 50 seconds after. So it continues, so it kind of backs up. So it's not like one of those dash cams where you're like, oh, something happened, but
you didn't see what started it.
Exactly. So you've got it. Video recording, again, all of the options are right here for you. So it's really simple and easy navigation with the option here on the side. I think you're gonna love having that nice big screen as well. And it's really simple and easy to navigate. So there we are recording again, so you kind of get the idea. Now, one last bit of information I want to share with you before we run out of time, and that is the amount of the length that you have for that second camera. So your second camera, so this camera is gonna be on your dash, right? This camera is going to be attached, so let's just plug this baby in. Now this one could go on a side window. If, like my friend Emily, you have a crazy next door neighbor who parks a little bit close to you and you want to record them and not let them know about it, put it in the side window.
So when they ding your door and they say they didn't do it,
and then you show them the video.
You're like, yes, you did it right here. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Exactly. At this time, with this GPS location.
Thank you.
With this date. Exactly. Now, watch this. Here's where it gets even better, because this camera can go all the way down. You can literally be driving a small school bus. It can literally be going this far away. You've got so much cable. So what's nice about this is that now you've got all of that distance, so that if you do even have a really large SUV, you can literally have it all the way in the back. So you could use this as a rear camera, just for backing up, just for reference, or you could use it for recording as well. And notice, by the way, as we just plug this little baby in, what happens, so here's that picture-in-picture that pops up once you have that second camera attached. So you've got everything that you need here for really being that better driver, being that safer driver. I'm gonna just detach this. So again, you've got the ability to, so it says the rear camera has been disconnected, so we're still driving along here. You've got a great system that's gonna help you be that better driver, that safer driver, and the best quality ever with super high definition.
From Magellan, and that's the deal. This is brand new. If you've been wanting a dash cam because you've seen what a difference that they can make. Again, if you're ever in